Hello, welcome to Evolution from Within. I am here again doing a live video and hoping to have this recorded and then posted afterwards. I am really back here so I can offer a free consultation for those who find themselves in need of a break, in need of peace. You know, when you find yourself in so much, how do I put it, whereby there is a lot of things going on at the same time in your life, and you want to catch that break, and in a way your cup is full, and sometimes it benefits us when somebody else helps us to kind of guide us towards a way where we can take a break, and then we can find the space in our mind to relax and say, hold on, just calm down for a second, two. Even that is enough. There's a lot of things happening out there, and no one can deny it. I don't label these things problems. I label them as challenges. We all go through these challenges from time to time, and we kind of use these challenges to grow. Without the challenges, we're not going to become greater. We're not going to have a broader perspective. We're not going to learn. It educates us, these challenges, and it's what some people call life. And we cannot stay stagnant, in one place. The water has to keep flowing and moving. And we ourselves, we are life. We are this consciousness. We keep going on until the end of this grand story that we call our own life, and then we leave the body, and then we move wherever else that we move to. But from the beginning of this life, we need to keep moving on. Whether we do it or not, life prompts us to move on. And sometimes we get stuck. Sometimes we're carrying too much. That is so much for our hands, and we're like juggling a lot of things at the same time, and sometimes it seems to cloud our vision, our sight, our awareness, and we're like, I do need a break, but how do I catch a break? I have to do A, B, C, D, E, F, and I have to do it this way and that way and that way. What do we do to catch a break? A lot of people have their ways that helps them. Some people do exercise, some people do yoga, some people do meditation. Some people catch a break when they go into prayers, and then they meet with the divine. They connect with their creator, and then they find the space. This is the Holy Week. As we all know, it's a divine week of Easter, and a lot of us are celebrating this divine week of Easter. I think another thing that kind of the intuition got into me to come out live and do a live video as well, and then I realized, it's actually the Holy Week, and this is a Wednesday, and then you have Thursday, and then you have Friday. I think, is that Good Friday or something? But it all flows well for me to come out and do this and offer myself to say I am whoever feels they're in need of a guidance or a consultation, I will give you that. I will give you a free consultation. You can DM me, just message me and let me know that you caught the live and you're interested in a free consultation with me, a one-on-one. I will follow you through whatever is happening within your life and do my best to guide you towards a broader perspective and to help you clear your mind. We would investigate tools that will work for you and that will help you clear your mind and settle you down back to where you would like to be, so you can tackle these challenges. You can be in an empowered state while you go through these challenges and you tackle them and then you resolve them, and then then you're back in your balance again. So basically it's for you to find balance. When we take a break is to do that, so we can what's happening, and so we can see more, and then we're able to not suffer our life or not suffer our challenges. We're able to act like we're in a roller coaster and going whee and enjoying the roller coaster, as opposed to fearing the roller coaster and stumbling, and that's a lot of suffering in that place. And that happens when we don't really know where we're going and when everything is kind of dark and we need the light. We're looking for the light so we could see where to step on. How do we move? What do I do? What is the action? What's happening? This is too heavy for me. Things like that. And a lot of people run into anxiety at some point, then it becomes like that, and then it could get worse, and then some people get into depression, and so things like this can be stopped. Can be there are tools, there are ways to relieve this, and there are ways to help your mental state, to give you that mental stability. A lot of people talk about mental health. This is a relief that I can offer when you go on a consultation one-to-one with me. Do I have to introduce myself as a meditation coach, a life coach? I'm just a guide, and I have helped a lot of people, and I know that this is one of my missions here on earth. And from time to time, I take that mission. I just meet up with friends or people, and then I find myself, I'm helping them out with things like this. And I'm not able to do that if I haven't done it for myself. So really, it's basically me living my life and finding ways to get out of challenges that, I stick myself into, and then find a way to start enjoying the challenges and then flowing with the life. Sometimes we get stuck, and then we have to find a way to shake that whatever stiffness or stuckness we're in, and then flow again with the current of life. And then we're able to enjoy the life as if we are in some sort of heavenly reality, as opposed to a hellish reality. I'm seeing a lot of people are joining right now. I'm saying hello to you. Hi. And give me a DM me. Send me a message. If you want to ask me any questions and any topic you would like to go through within stress relief, anxiety relief, a better state of mental health, balance, peace, and then you get into happiness and joy of life and fulfillment of life. It's like the journey starts from ground zero, and then you're going up and up and up. And so if you're finding yourself stuck in some areas in life, some areas we're excelling, we're winning, and some areas we're quite stuck, and then we want to unstuck ourselves. And first of all, one thing that I would say is the is the perception of how we see whatever situation we're in. How do we see it? Do we see it from a negative perspective? As this is a problem. So the first thing I would tell you to do is to just see it in the opposite spectrum. As opposed to calling something a problem, you can start by calling it a challenge. That really softens the vibration and the frequency of that situation for you straight away. The words are very powerful, and then that creates ripples of emotions that help the chemicals in your body. So that is a very powerful step to take. First of all, how do I see it? What am I calling it? Nomenclature. What is this? It's not a problem. It's a challenge. That softens that. And then you start going into how do you go about this challenge? How do you make this challenge fun, as opposed to it being a hassle? So just trying to see if I can figure out what is happening with the people joining. Hello, much love to you. Happy Easter to you. This is a divine Holy Week, and basically I'm talking about peace, and then how we can relieve ourselves from the negativities of the world, or the negativities within our reality, and how we can stoop into the positivity in our reality, the positive side of things, where we can find peace, balance, joy can spring in. And then there is a base for all this, and which is called love. And we can go into love and go into the deep end of love and get the energy of unconditional love that has no judgment, which allows us to open up. There is a story that I'm going to share that I said, okay, I will share. I was reading a message came up to me on Facebook, and that message just connected with me, connected to my childhood. There was a story in my childhood, and they were actually talking about how you can let things go. You can just detach and let things go. Just leave it. Just, we may be holding on a struggle and we're holding on to it. We're like, oh, we have to do it this way. We're trying to battle it to the ground. We're saying, this challenge, we're going to knock it left, right, and B. We've done A, B, C, D. We've done so many actions, but it's not moving forward. We're not moving forward. We're just, when is this going to happen? When is this going to happen? And then the advice was to why don't you just let it go? Why didn't you just let it go, let it be, and just stop, take a break? And when I came on, that's the first thing I said. How do people take a break from the hassling? So that message was like, if you can find it in your heart and in your mind, in your space, to have the will to say, I want to stop. I want to stop struggling. I want to stop. I just want to stop. I just want to take a break. I just want to let this go and let it be. I just don't want to do anything on this challenge that I have anymore. You're taking a huge step. You're taking a huge step, a very huge step. And that is a very empowered step. And once you do that, before you even get back through that challenge, consciousness, the universe, or whatever you want to call it, life, nature will start working itself for you, because nature works, life works. If you leave it alone, sometimes it will start working itself for you and getting a resolution for you. And by the time your mind space will now go into other places to create. And by the time you come back to that same thing, you would realize you could see a way. Einstein once said something that when you have a question, or when he has a question, when he's met with a question and he's battling, how do I answer this question? He often leaves the question alone and he goes fishing. He goes on his little canoe and he goes fishing and he forgets about it. And when he comes back or while he's fishing, the answer to the question just comes in. It just drops in. And he says this is because he's leaving the state of the question, that you have to leave the vibration and the state of the question. Because while you're in the state of the question, the frequency of the question, the answer cannot pop out from there. The answer is like a polarity. It's on the other side of the coin of that question. So you have to detach from the state of the question and go to ground zero, which was his fishing, which is ground zero, like question doesn't exist anymore. And then before you know it, the coin turned over, because it's going to turn over. You ask the question, there has to be an answer. It turned over, and before you know it, he's in the state of the answer. And now he has the answer. So this is a very powerful tool that we can use, that I can give today for everyone listening. That is a general way to look at challenges. And then the story that I'm going to share, right? When this person said that on Facebook, I'm like, I really relate to this. So I remembered when I was a little boy in Africa, and we used to have like trees with beautiful type of fruits. I don't know what the botanical name for this fruit is, but we used to call it fruit. How funny it is. It's very juicy, very nice fruit like that. They sometimes yellow, red, but they're green when they're unripe, but they could be sweet as well. And then when you see it yellow, like as a boy, I'm like, oh my God, I want to climb this tree and pluck that fruit. Sometimes I throw stones and I get it. Sometimes I climb the tree and then I could pluck it. The trees are very tall trees, And so I went in this fruit tree. We called it fruit, so we didn't have a name for it. The name was fruit. So maybe some other people would know the names for it. I got to look for the botanical name for it. But anyways, it's not a common fruit, but it's the type of fruit you find in West Africa. And so I climbed this tree. I'm used to climbing trees. I was used to climbing trees. And as I was, maneuvering the branches, I stabilized myself on a branch, and it's like the fruit was right there, and I had to kind of stretch for it. I'm trying to see you guys see me right there. How does this work? I'm just experimenting with my phone here. So I hope this makes sense what I'm doing visually. It might, but I like the other way. You guys can see my hands? Okay. Nah. I like the other way. Yes, it's more personal, I think. And I believe you guys can see me. I demonstrate a lot with my hands, but you can hear me, so you get the point. You get the point of what I'm saying. Hello, all of you joining in. So I'm telling this story about me as a kid, and what happened when I let something go, and I found out the resolution, the benefit of doing that. So I'm on this tree trying to pluck this fruit, and as I was about to stretch in, and get this fruit, in the corner of my eye, I just seen two big eyes. I'm like, what? And then I looked at it. It was like a snake, like just right there, looking at me. And my hand was coming right here, and he's looking at me. Are you really gonna do that? Are you really gonna stretch your hand like that? I saw the moment I saw the snake like that, I'm like, in my head, in my heart, what just went on? And I looked at it, and I saw the big head, and then I saw the body glittering, like shining. It was black, and I knew this is a black mamba, because I know black mambas. I've seen them around in my childhood, so I knew this is a very dangerous snake. This is and look at the proximity where I am. So in my head, I'm like, I froze into dropping every action I was doing. It was as if I had huge respect for the snake to say, look, I'm no harm, I'm doing nothing, and look at what I'm doing. So I just left my balance, left the branches like that. As soon as I saw it, and I just started falling down from the tree like a leaf. And as I was falling down, I'm like looking up, telling the snake, look, I am no harm. Look at even what I'm doing. I'm sacrificing my own life just so you can be okay. I'm falling down from this tall tree and I don't even give a whatnot what's going to happen to me when I land. I just want you to know I am not any harm. Don't strike me in a way like that. And as soon as I got down, I fell down. Boom, my body just went thud on the floor. And this is the hard, ground, hard soil. And I noticed I just stood up very quickly and I started running home because my thought was safety first. And I looked back to make sure the snake wasn't even chasing me. I was running home. That was the first priority. And as soon as I opened the door, got in, rested. As soon as I rested, and I realized, hey, you just fell down from that high tree and all that happened to you was a thud. I didn't break a leg. I didn't have any scratch, no pains, nothing. It was as if I fell on a mattress, on a bed, like on a soft foam. But it was a hard floor, hard ground, like. And then I said, wow, I'm so lucky nothing happened to me. I'm so lucky I didn't, because I've jumped from heights that were even half that. I've fallen from heights that were half that, and I actually injured my leg or something, gotten bruises. So I'm like, I was, taking it back. I actually was safe by doing that. By letting go, I was safe. And I let the snake know that I was no harm. So there was no bites, there was nothing. So that experience stayed with me for a long time. I didn't know, I understood when you're going through something, sometimes if you just take a break and you just stop and you detach from it, a resolution most of the time can get to you. So that experience brought me there. And then when I saw the message on Facebook, it just brought me full circle. Like, you know what? This is a powerful thing. This is a powerful information. Take a break in life. Find it. I know there's always like to-do lists. I need to do this. I need to do that. If I don't do that, I have a deadline. If I don't, the break can be as short as 10 minutes. Just 10 minutes. Go to the toilet or bathroom and or take a nap. A 30 minutes nap. Would a power nap, they call it. There's a reason they call it a power nap. I coach meditation, and I know meditation is very powerful. It gives you that. It gives you the break. It gives you the settlement. It gives you more oxygen in your red blood cells because you will concentrate on your breathing and breathe well. You breathe long, deep breaths as opposed to the short breaths we're used to breathing, which causes more anxiety. You get to release the anxiety by breathing long breaths. And then you get peace and balance. You clear your head with meditation. The thoughts that are barging and rushing around, they recede. They recede when you're doing a meditation. They calm down. Then your mind can be much more healthy, much more spacious. Only just thinking about your breath. You're doing multiple powerful things when you are meditating. It's the art of doing absolutely nothing. Ironically. But when you're doing that nothing, it's like it's doing everything for your life. It's replenishing you. It's allowing your body systems to work properly as there are no thoughts and energies going around that they need to clean up. They're free of that. And because they're free of that, they're working powerfully well. It's sort of like sleeping. That's why we sleep, because we have to. And meditation gives you that. You know, you have an hour of meditation, it's as if you slept 4 hours, or even 6 hours or 7 hours. Because while you're in that state, is it the gamma state or the theta state, you still have an awareness. Your consciousness is still there. You're still conscious. So it's even more powerful than sleeping. But you still need your sleep, because there's a different level to how that benefits you. Your dreams help you as well, because you reconnect to your super consciousness when you dream. Some might call that your spirit self or your God self, or you reconnect to the God or the creator, or whatever way you want to put that in when you dream. It's like we are these cells and machine, and we're running and running at the same time. You have to charge that battery. This is a physical reality. And we're made of energy. As a lot of you have been hearing and hearing and hearing, and a lot of you are getting into that belief system. For me, it's not even a belief, it is the truth. It is a knowing. But it will take a lot of people to get there. First of all, they need to open up that belief system. So they open up that door, and then they start exploring it, and then it starts becoming deep into, it start becoming more powerful in their life. They start knowing, they start seeing its worth, they start creating manifestations that help them to strengthen that belief system, and then it becomes a knowing afterwards. I'm going to take a breather. It's an example of everything I've been saying. I've been talking to you all. I've been saying all this. Neurons are firing. Thoughts are coming. I'm using my energy. I'm moving left to right. It's like a machine. It's doing stuff. I'm creating waste products. I'm creating a whole lot of stuff, and it's in there. My cup becomes full automatically, because I've done this practice so many times, years upon years. So I have a programming that automatically just tells me, stop, the cup is full. Now you have to breathe. Then I go in, I did that long breath. I'm taking in the breath of life, oxygen that goes to replenish my cells, to energize them, because I've used them. I've used up a lot of energy. And then when I breathe out that carbon dioxide, I'm taking out the waste product of whatever I've used. And it cleans my system, and then I'm more refreshed. Almost immediately after that one breath, I got energized. Now I'm talking some more. I actually planned when the breath was coming. I'm like, I'm going to take a few of these. But that one breath just gave me more energy, and I started talking to you. I'm still talking. I'm using more energy. You can find things like this when you are exercising. And when you are exercising, you can see that you have to take in more oxygen, and then you have more energy. You have more, you could go, you're more active. Physically, that's something you can understand. That's something everybody can understand. That's practical. You understand that your cells use energy, and oxygen is very vital for them to create that energy. Without oxygen, you all know the answer to that. Without water, you all know the answer to that. That those are the essentials, and what is made of oxygen, and you all know the other particle. And then you have food, and then you have sleep. And then you have exercise, movement. If the water doesn't move, it becomes stagnant, you become sick. The water becomes stagnant water, you have mosquitoes laying their eggs on it, it becomes diseased. So these are the essentials of a healthy living, as we all know. So when do we take a break from our hustling and bustling, busy life to go and breathe and just concentrate on giving your body what it really needs and giving your mind a break from the thoughts, from the constant walk and things like that. When we play, it helps us a lot because we're in excitement and it's like there's a lot of energy creating. But sometimes we're running and we finish playing and we're like, oh, I need to take a break. Even then, at some point that will catch up to us. There is that time where the machine have to be put off. The computers, what you're using at some point, you don't just leave it on for like 1 week. It's going to start getting issues. At some point, you got to put it off. Sometimes when the techies, some people say I have a problem with my computer. I have an issue with the computer. It wouldn't do this, A, B, C, D. One of the first things, I think I used to be that back in my help desk days, years ago. One of the first things we'll say is, switch off your computer and put it back on. Have you done that? They're like, no, I haven't done that. What a stupid question. Like, why should I do that? This is a much more complex problem I'm telling you I'm having, and you're telling me, okay, I'll just do it. And then the person does it and like, oh my God, it's working back. Oh, it's back on. It just needed that break. These right here, our physical body and mind, is that computer that we use in this stage of reality we call life. So we having the time to take care of it does us paramount, very beneficial. I can keep on talking. We can keep going on. But I want to see if there are any messages or if anyone is telling me to do something. Please, you can tell me to do something and I'll do it. Otherwise, I may just go into a type of meditation to show you all what it entails. For those who have never heard of meditation, or those who have never actually practiced it or just done it, who think it's a very big thing. It's the easiest and simplest thing you could do. It's just taking a break from thoughts and everything and just staying still. Finding a quiet place to stay still. My hands can be like this on my lap. My back can be straight like that. Or my legs can be folded like the yoga. You know, put the leg, cross it between, whichever is comfortable for you. Or you could say you just want to lie down on your bed, but you have to be in a comfortable position where you're not moving and moving. You don't have to move and move. The idea is to stay still so everything can relax. So your muscles and everything can just relax. And you can consciously go to all the parts of your body to relax them. Like relax your forehead. You can put it. And then you can concentrate on your breathing. You can watch how you're breathing so that your mind is not busy chasing all the thoughts that are coming to you. And you're not repeating those thoughts. The thoughts can come. Just watch them and let them go. But a lot of times the thought comes and we feel, oh, we have to action it, or we have to resolve whatever it's saying, or we have to reminisce about whatever that is, and then we put more energy there, and then, which is beautiful. That's why we came here. But we want to take a break from that. That's the machine does that. That's why we have the machine of physicality to do all that. But then when do we take a break from the physicality, as opposed to nighttime when we want to sleep? Thank God we all sleep. Some people don't sleep that much. Maybe you catch 3 hours, 4 hours, and it tells on you. You could see it the next day. But a way to actually beat that is in the form of meditation. You could have like a 30 minutes, 15 minutes, or an hour meditation in the day, and then you sleep in 3 hours, 4 hours. You'll be fine. You'll be just fine, because you're catching up through meditation. So it's another way to get that break. Let's see what this is. Oh, I'm just seeing top viewers, and I see Charlene Isaacs, Alexa, hello. And I see Gina, hello. It's top viewers. Thank you for being top viewers. And if you have any comments or anything to say, you can write it up for me. I'm right here. What I'm doing, I will keep doing this, is to offer free consultation for those that feel there are things, or maybe they have anxiety issues, or they get depressed at some point, or there is this challenge that they just don't know how to wrap their head or their self around it. How can they move forward with it? And then if you have other people that are, you have therapists, you can go to therapists and they can offer you things like that. You could have a life coach, they can help you out, seek help for someone. So I'm giving that as well. If you have 15 minutes, fine. 30 minutes, fine. 1 hour, fine. I'm giving that for free. So you can DM me and let me know. We set up a time and we go through these together, and you get tools, you get the relief, and we may do a meditation, or we may just go into that, find ways that are better for you. We work with your belief system, because we are all unique. We are all different. What's going to work for your neighbor may not necessarily work for you, but it's nice for you to see it, just to see maybe you could take one or two things from it. I know meditation generally works for everybody because it works for the body and mind. And we all have a body and mind. So that's it. And it even goes beyond that. But also there are certain advices that I could give, because I have gone through a whole lot of experiences myself where I've resolved a whole lot of things, and I've done one-to-one with many people over the years. I've worked with a lot of bereaved families that, their loved one passed, and it become very difficult for them to go forward. And a lot of people who are so much in the depression state where, I wouldn't say what they're trying to do to themselves and things like that. And those are the steep ends that I would have walked with some people on. But there's a lot of people where it's not even that, it's just something, and they're pretty, their life's pretty well and good, but there's just something they just want to understand. And then I give these, free advices in many instances. And sometimes people book me and pay me for it, because that's what I do. I'm a meditation coach, and I'm like a life coach. I'm a guide. But I'm giving that free consultation for those who feel they want this. And I'll be doing this live from time to time. Those who are my fans in the music, I continue to create and do my music. I have a performance in May here in Ireland. It's called Africa Day. We always celebrate Africa Day, so it's a huge celebration. I was one of the artists that performed in the first Africa Day. I think it was, I don't know if that was 10 years or 15 years ago. It was a beautiful, beautiful one. I think Sinead O'Connor was on that one. Keela was on that one. What's this? African Mambo. There were great artists on there, and I'm glad to have been on the stage with them. So I still do my music. I had a new release of song come out called Blessings that came out like a week ago. I'm still gonna. I have a lot of songs out. I've just been bringing them out. And Blessings, why I brought that out? I wrote that song with my sister. It's been a very pivotal part of my music career. Beautiful song, an angel. She's a powerful, powerful voice, and she wrote like, wouldn't say 3/4 of the song, but she took a whole lot because she's so good. So it's like, yeah, keep going. Yeah, so we kind of wrote it half and half, but the blessings, we're talking about blessings of life. We want our blessings. When do we get our blessings of life? I want to look towards our blessings. So I did a beautiful video using AI, beautiful art of people praying and people harvesting their blessings. It's like Thanksgiving, people in their holy state, people joyous and dancing and things like that, and trying to showcase the cultures of the world, everybody coming together and having these blessings. We all want blessings in our life, and it's a word I say a lot. Like, if you know me and you send me a message, the first thing I probably would say, hey, blessings. Blessings to you and your family. I'm just used to doing that. So whatever words you use, they become you. They stay in your reality. They stay in your timeline. Words are very powerful, and they embedded in words are frequencies and energies and feelings and emotions. And so I do my best to switch into positive words, and whatever is going to bring that positive vibration, I that's what I would solicit, or that's what I would use, and I benefit from that. I stay in that mode. A lot of the times we can go to the other mode, which we have to do. It's about the polarity, the good and bad, and then we sort things out. But once you have tools that bring you back to those positive modes, once you have a whole lot of that, you're bouncing back, and then you're really living the life, and you have this fulfillment, and you're not scared of the challenges. You don't get stuck in them and call them problems and stuff. You're like, what's next? What's the next challenge? Wow, this challenge is huge. It's actually kicking your behind. But some of them you even cry like, oh my God. But then you can go back up and like, this is a challenge. I will get to the end of it. Let's keep moving. What else? And you look out there. You look out there for help. There's a lot of people, a lot of beings, a lot of have helped me out, in my own time and years. And they say a closed mouth don't get fed. And when you don't open up what it is, you don't find solutions from the outside. But I like to guide people to go inward to find the solutions from within. And that's what meditation does, because before you know it, the idea will just come to you when you're in that quiet mode. It's like you're channeling from beyond, and you see resolutions. This is with meditation. But also when help comes from outside, you take it as well, because both of them are beneficial. Both of them are beneficial. And we learn to give and take. Over the years, I had to learn to take. I was always giving. And most people were like, and then I had to learn before. I'm like, nah, don't worry about it. Nah, but I had to learn, nah, it's an energy exchange, I say, okay, you're giving it to me, I'm taking it. I didn't ask for it, but you giving it to me, I'm taking it, because I understand I have to give you the chance to appreciate. You're appreciating me. And when you're appreciating me, that's something you're doing for yourself that will benefit you. It opens your door up for more of things like that, whatever I gave to you or whatever value you felt I brought into your life. So I'm not going to deny you of that by saying, no, don't give me. No, I was like, okay. And sometimes I say, donate that. Donate that to charity, or go give someone who needs that, and get that appreciation energy going. Or just appreciate your life, appreciate the little things you have, so you can open that door with the universe, that more of things for you to appreciate will come to you. You can attract those things. And then giving, of course. Do my best to give. This is me giving right now. And it's filling me up. It's giving me fulfillment. The fact that I'm giving, I'm getting back immediately. Because I know people are listening, and I know even if nobody was listening, the fact that I'm giving, someone's going to listen afterwards. Like when I put the recording out there, even if it's one person, my job is done. But right now I get that back. Like, you know, things came out of me I was able to share, because we've all gone through many things in our lives, and a lot of us have solutions. Sometimes we keep the solutions to ourselves, and sometimes we get the opportunity to share these solutions. Someone comes in that is going through the same challenge that you went through like 5 years ago, and they're talking to you about it, and you're just like, wow, I have the opportunity to just say one thing. And you say one thing, and then it's like, wow, really? They see the answer like, wow, you know what? Thank you. So here we are. This is going to happen more. I'll do more of this. I may come back tomorrow and do Friday. You know, since this is Easter, let's keep it. I don't say the word. Let's keep it gangster. I'm gonna prepare myself and do these live. A lot of the time I get encouraged to come and do live, and then I don't get into it. So apologies for those who've been asking for me to come and do live, and so I'm making myself more available now, and I will do my best in the next future and in the future as well to continue things like this. And I still have more episodes of the Evolution from Within podcast coming up. I wanted to make this just a normal video as part of the podcast. It can go out like that because it's beneficial information as well that I'm sharing every time. So there'll be another one. I'm thinking of something, and I'm thinking of bringing a guest to the Evolution podcast. So stay tuned, my people. I love you. Remember to love yourselves. Remember that love is the base. And when you catch yourself doing the opposite of that, you just bring yourself back. That's all. We're here to experience all of it, the good, the bad, the ugly. But don't stay too long in the ugly, because, or the bad, or, you know, you can get a lot of suffering. So you detach, you come out from it. Give yourself a break. Give yourself relief. And that's why I came here today, to remind you, give yourself the break. Give yourself the relief. Achoo. I just got that from my family downstairs. or right there, I have family everywhere. So it's almost telling me my time is wrapping up. I'm gonna give you guys with some sounds. What I'm going to do right now, I'm going to use my voice. It is called toning. Some people may know about toning. Those who do energy work, or who know about energy walks, and the energy points we have that they call chakras, that help us to balance within our physicality. Tonings are vibrations we bring out from our voice and our mouth. That help to balance us, and they can also help to balance our surrounding and our environment. We use this for healing as well, energy healing. It's because sound can heal you. You can Google that to see sound healing. You can also Google light healing, different colors of light that could also heal you. The sound of the universe, the amen, the the Spirituality is blending with science, where science is going quantum and recording the sound of the universe and seeing that it's, basically in that hertz, in that frequency. You may be wondering, what am I doing with my hands? They're kind of like extension of the energy within myself and my heart and my frequencies and chakras. So as I'm bringing that out, that is helping me regulate my body. So I'm not flying away. And it's helping me to regulate the energy, the healing energies that I'm bringing out to all of you. I'm wishing, and I wish you all positivity, resolution, rest, peace, love, most especially unconditional love, non-judgmental love. I just love you because you exist. You deserve love. You deserve love. You deserve to be loved just for existing. You don't have to do anything for you to be told that you are loved, for you to feel love, because you are love. Sometimes we have to remind ourselves so we can love ourselves. I love you from the bottom of my heart. Then peace and joy. If I'm peaceful, then I could be joyous, then I could be exciting, then I can play, then I can have fun, because everything is good, everything is fine. And I could feel fulfilled, and I'm living a magnificent life, and I'm living a wonderful life. And once you can harness and have this energy, this balance, you will see the miracles and wonders that will do to your external reality and environment. My belief, which is not a belief anymore, which is a knowing, which is because I've proved it to myself many times, and I do it all the time, and it keeps going for years and years. So it's my life. From within, then you could see it outside. It starts from inside. It starts from your energy. It starts from your resonance. And then you can create it outside of you. It says, as above, so below. What is created is first created in the spiritual realm, which means in the energetic form and energetic realm. And then it comes into your physical realm. And we are all creating with just two energies, love and fear. Now, fear is going to help you create all the negative stuffs. And love is going to help you create the good stuffs. I'm not going to advertise my book, but it's a wonderful, beautiful book. It's a book on dreams. And the base of it is that love and fear. So when you have a nightmare, it's just telling you that the fears you have, you can look at them and replace them with love. And you would resolve everything that is a huge issue in your life. Love can resolve everything. It's true what our grandparents used to say, love cures it all. It does. It heals. The Power of Dreams. Look it up. Harris Momodu. Good book. Good read. Laughter is another one. Laughter is a wonderful healing energy. Whatever brings you laughter, go towards it because it's healing you. I'm going to say what's up to my people in Nigeria. They're going through a lot, but they love to laugh. Comedy is a huge thing for them because they go through a lot. But the laughter heals them. I love you all. Namaste. What's up, Yama boy? I see you. Ya Allah. Ya Allah. Love you all. Stay blessed. Bye-bye. %. Don't bread. 100%. 100%.